three. Hello, YouTube. I had an intro. I had something I was going to say. What was it? Yeah, I lost it. Whatever. I had a nice saying I was going to say before every video, but I don't know what that thing is now. Anyways, hi everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to CJ DaChamp's Invincible Beatdowns Are Brutal. I have, if you were on my Patreon, you saw that I watched the first episode of Invincible. I don't know what the. I'm probably gonna move that reaction onto YouTube because Patreon is not doing good. Nobody actually goes to my Patreon and watches things, so there's no point in me keeping it on here. So yeah, I'm gonna just edit that shit and put it on here. But in the meantime, what's going to happen is, and I might do that for everything. But in the meantime, let's get to this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it has come to my attention that has had some
guys
brutal beatdowns. Like I'm talking blood all over the screen and guts literally getting dug out of. So since we are basically at the halfway point of this season, and at the halfway point till we do the first trial of the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy, today we're gonna go through some of these brutal beatdowns that have basically broken the
Dude, I need
so
to see
without
this.
further ado.
Dude, honestly, I haven't seen any of, well, that's a lie. I've seen a lot of these through YouTube shorts and shit like that. And TikTok. YouTube shorts and TikTok.
All right, so the first ass whooping we're gonna be breaking down is young Omni-Man getting jumped by his parents.
That's when
now,
I
this
saw
right
the
here
actual
basically
episode.
confirmed to everyone, if you didn't think so already, that being born a Viltrumite is probably the worst fate you could ever ask. Because this is without a doubt one of the craziest societies of all time. Like, we already knew that these crazy ass niggas had a whole great purge and half of their population was wiped out because of it. But now we learned that the kids weren't even safe. And to become a fully grown adult, you had to survive getting jumped by your parents. Now, let's take a look at this scene. Young Omni-Man, aka Nolan, was basically teaching a class to these kids about the history of Viltrum, and he decided to ask this little girl a question about the
Dude, I thought she was about to be done the worst way.
And didn't know what to say. So this man, Nolan, walked up to her and put his hand on her head and said, "Think wisely about your answer, little nigga. You know."
Dude, that shit had me scared because I was like, no fucking way are you about to kill her. Black.
What happened when you get one question wrong, right? And he was dead ass about to crush her head into smithereens. And you would think that the other kids would be scared for her, but no. They were side-eyeing the hell out of her like, you best not get that question wrong, bitch, or you're going split gap. So thank God she locked in and got the question right. But then I ain't gonna lie, this is the craziest part. Before he dismissed class, he told them, go find food and shelter if you can, and return here at sunrise ready for combat. Oh, and I almost forgot. At least 2 of you little niggas will die tomorrow. So you best come locked in or it's your ass. And then they just going with it like, sir, yes, sir. Like, dog, this is without a doubt the worst society to ever be born in. They don't even provide their own kids with food and a bed. They gotta find it themselves. The Viltrumites really said, we don't do that weak ass child support shit. The child can support themselves. So right after Nolan was done teaching his class, both of his parents pulled up on him and straight up looked at him like, yeah, you know what today is, young blood? It's your birthday, AKA Initiation Day, little nigga. So they full on bum rush Nolan and start beating the shit out of him. And
dude,
bro, you could easily tell that out of both of the parents that this man's mama didn't have an ounce of love for him the way she was doing him.
Dude,
she straight up sliced him in the chest and ran her knee into this man's face. And this wasn't even her nastiest shot. She basically charged up this one punch all the way from the ground and put her whole body into it, making him cough up blood. Then while he was stunned and basically out of it, both his mom and his dad
they just start jumping his ass.
Nolan could not move. This nigga was stuck in a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Infinite Death combo. Then his dad grabbed his head and gave him just a nasty headbutt.
Dude, when you really think like, oh yeah, Omni-Man was like that nigga for a while, you gotta remember, he had to go through the same ass whooping that Mark did. Though it was worse, because Mark only had to deal with Omni-Man. Omni-Man had to deal with both his parents.
And that headbutt ended up leading to a black eye and a broken nose. So while Nolan looked like he was already on half HP, the mama just stared at him and was like, nah, nigga, this ain't enough. And decided to dash in and piece him up some more. Now, while Nolan was getting pieced up by his mama, he was finally able to fight back after having to stomp the ground and kick a stone into his mama's eye. Then giving her a well-deserved right hook for being a deadbeat mom. But I want y'all to watch the daddy real quick. While the mom was flying back, the dad just slapped her to the side like a fly. These niggas don't even care about their spouses. They just think it's everyone is just a sack of meat. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't even married. They probably just decided to have a baby to fill the quota, and that's that. So Nolan rushes his dad down and shoves a fist into his hand and starts to choke him. And it looks like the dad was pleased and was ready to end his initiation. But the mama came
the mom said, fuck all that. Initiation ain't over until you dead.
Back to collect that receipt for her eye getting messed up and also taking out her anger for the daddy slapping her ass to the side. So she starts stomping his face in, and when she got tired of stomping him out, she just started grounding, pounding, and wailing on him. Like, look at this dude, bro. He
See, this is how you knew Omni-Man knew where to get that ass whooping to Mark in the first season. That ass whooping that Omni-Man gave Mark in the mountain, we now know where he got that from. His mom did the same, gave him the same treatment.
It's done. This fight should be over.
Beating his ass into the stairs.
Mom just continued to beat the ever-living crap out of him until the dad finally came over and told her, enough, shorty. He's had enough. And this is how you could tell that she really hated Nolan and his dad. Because after she beat the hell out of him, she straight up told them,
"You're as pathetic as he is. I hope to never see either of you again."
Nah, that's crazy.
If I heard my own mother say this after she just finished
you could not be a
Viltrumite
down
to 1 HP on my birthday, I'm gonna be so real, I might just end it all. Because I'd be sick to my damn stomach. Now I know why Nolan beat Mark's ass like that in season 1.
Literally! The same, I just said the same shit. Got the same treatment and said, you know what, that might be a good idea.
Because if this was a parenting he was experiencing, then no wonder his parenting skills were ass. And this just reaffirmed to me again that being born a Viltrumite is in all honesty a fate worse than death.
Like, what? Like, people gotta think, what's worse, being a Viltrumite or being a Saiyan? And it's like, I'd rather be a Saiyan. Because at least, like, I could just get stronger. Like, I could keep getting stronger over and over and over again. And outside of Frieza and everything else, I get to live a normal life, really. Being a Viltrumite? If this is what I gotta deal with on the daily. No, I don't want to deal with that.
All right, now that was our appetizer. Now it's time for the main event. The Conquest versus...
See, I saw, like, out of this, I saw the guts getting ripped out, the choking. I ain't see anything else about this fight. So everything about that I'm about to see is new.
Is without a doubt the most brutal fight we've seen yet. This fight actually had
I
me
know
so
the
disgusted by the end of it that I had to look away. Because I made the horrible mistake of eating my dinner while watching this.
Damn.
And I will probably never eat watching Invincible ever again because of this.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Satan's greatest soldier, Conquest, pulled back up to run the ones with Mark again. And you know, I gotta give a shout out to Cecil real quick for being the biggest dumbass of the century. Because we would not be getting this rematch if bro just did his job and disposed of the body like he should have. Like, you really thought this little ass cage was gonna hold this nigga? Like, holy shit, man.
Dude,
This is the
so
most
goddamn
incompetent motherfucker
stupid.
in this damn series, bro. How did this guy get this job again? Like, honest question. Anyways, bro. So the
You be
first
pissing
person
off
to
Dota
attack
Mike's too
Conquest
much.
was the biggest liability on the team, Oliver.
Dude,
So he flew
I
up
swear.
and immediately
Dude, why the hell would Oliver ever want to try and get back against Conquest? The first time he met Conquest, he got smacked to the ground, then almost torn in half. And he decided to be the first person to run up to him? Why? Nigga, you almost died and you see the person who almost killed you and you decide, yeah, I need to get my get back. That's stupid of him.
got a backhand to the face. That hit was probably so hard it probably gave Oliver PTSD from when
Literally.
Conquest dribbling him like a basketball. So Oliver tried to come in and hit him again with a barrage of fast punches, but all this was doing was giving Conquest a massage. Nigga was doing the same shit Naoya was doing to Maki, just throwing pillows at him. So
See, I gotta
Conquest
see that
grabs
video.
Oliver by the head and tells him, "Oh, I remember you. You're the little purple squirt from before. Last I remembered, I was trying to rip your guts out. So let's continue from where we were last time, shall we?" So Conquest starts to crush Oliver's head, and he's about to pop his head like a balloon. But J. Jonah Jameson himself comes in to save his sorry-ass son from getting his head crushed. So Omni-Man and Conquest started to box for a bit. But this nigga Mark immediately flew in and said, "Hands off, Dad. This fade is mine's and mine's alone." So Conquest looked at Mark and said, "Hey, kid. How's your girlfriend? She doing all right? Oh, I can't wait to taste her fine ass blood one more time."
Nah,
So the moment
that's
Mark
crazy.
heard
I gotta see
Conquest
this
talking
episode.
about Eve, he just straight up flew directly at him and started viciously putting hands on this old nigga. Then he started to rain down multiple 6 to 12 elbows right into this
God
man's face.
damn.
Now, while they continued to box, Oliver was running out of air because he wasn't used to holding his breath in space yet. So he had to fly down to the planet that they were close to so he could re-up on some oxygen. So Conquest saw Oliver flying down and told
Oh
Mark,
yeah,
"Oh, no,
this
we
freeze
can't let
frame
little
that I
purple
do.
squirt this."
Dude, this freeze frame has, dude, I gotta take a screenshot of that. I need to save that shit somehow because it has to be the nastiest screenshot of all time. Freeze
Saw
frame.
the fun
Like, just
now,
watch.
can we? So Conquest gives
This
Mark a
nigga,
nasty
like,
blow to
that
the
has
gut,
to be a
then
movie
flies down to
poster.
the planet to chase down
Just
Oliver.
watch.
And this is where we see one of the most diabolical "he's behind me, isn't he" frames of all time. Conquest
Literal, nigga, this has to be a movie poster. If Invincible was a movie, nigga, this is the movie poster that would make me watch. Cause I see this, I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to watch this because I need to know if this little nigga survived.
pulled up right behind Oliver.
What?
Hand cocked back and everything, looking like he's about to swat the half cockroach out of Oliver's soul. But Mark comes in to save
Yeah,
Oliver
thank
right before
God
he gets
Mark
chased down,
came
blocked
in
by
and saved
Conquest.
that
So
nigga,
Mark's grand
because
plan
that nigga
was to
would've died.
basically choke the life out of Conquest. This nigga was not gonna let go of the chokehold he had him in for the rest of the fight. He was fully committed to choking his ass out. So since Mark wouldn't let go, Conquest just started giving Mark multiple body shots. Bro was taking about 50 punches to his liver and 50 punches to his kidneys, while they were just flying around the planet and ragdolling themselves into the environment. So when they ended up slamming into the ground, Mark had the top mount, and it looked like he was trying to crush Conquest's neck and drive his whole body into the ground. But then Conquest lifted Mark up and slammed him into the ground, reversing the whole situation. So Conquest started giving Mark more kidney shots and liver shots. Then he started decking him in the face and bouncing his skull off the ground. But
Like when niggas say, oh yeah, let's be a superhero, you gotta go through this type of ass whooping for you to really decide if you want to be a hero. Cause nigga,
Mark was still hanging onto Conquest's neck while taking this beating. Like I said earlier, this nigga Mark was committed to choking the life out of Conquest's old ass. So Conquest picked up Mark and rammed him into this mountain, and he started to wail on Mark.
Like,
just
I swear to
swinging
God,
punches
I
into
can't
him
live in the
over and
Invincible
over again.
universe.
And
If
I
I
ain't
gotta
gonna
take a
lie,
whooping
this
like
next
this,
sequence
hell
of
no.
punches Conquest did gave me back pain while watching this. He hit him with this 3-piece, and the last punch was so hard it warped his back. This man's rib cage just got eviscerated.
Mortal
And he
Kombat
may never walk straight ever again because it looks like his spine just got snapped in half right here. So they kept on ramming each other into all the surrounding rocks and mountains. And
seriously, I will never live in a universe like Invincibles. Especially, and I will never, ever, ever in my life want to be a Viltrumite. Because if this is what I gotta go through as a Viltrumite, yeah, you might as well just kill me. You might as well just
when
kill
they
me.
finally stopped, you can actually see the damage that Mark has done to Conquest because his face was now discolored and his eyes were bloodshot red because he hasn't been able to breathe at all because of Mark's persistent ass chokehold. Now this is when the fight just got nasty as hell and the brutality just ramped up to another degree.
Dude,
Conquest had his nasty ass hand all up in Mark's face. So Mark turned damn near feral and bit this man's thumb off. And then after he bit his thumb off, he stood Conquest up and you get this shot from Conquest's POV. You see this nigga Mark straight up spit his thumb out while making eye contact with him the whole time. He didn't even say a word, but you could tell what he was thinking just by the look he was giving him. Just straight up, I hate you nigga, let's die. So since Conquest was being pushed back, he had to use his ultimate move. The same one that sent Eve back to the lobby before she respawned.
Dude, this is the move, bro. This is how you know you really fucked. If a Viltrumite says, fuck it, let me put my hand straight, like in a chopping motion, like their hand full straight, you dead. Like that's that moment where they're like, all right, fine. It's like, all right, you really want to test me? All right, bet. Fight this. And it's like, God
rams
damn.
his whole hand into Mark's body. Now, this attack would probably end about 99.9% of people if they were hit by this. But Mark, being the main character, empowering through this shit with the power of plot armor, kept on choking Conquest. Pause and look at Conquest's face right now. This man is actually stunned. You can actually see a little bit of fear on his face because he is now starting to realize that Mark actually got that dog in him. So Mark slams him down and continues to choke the life out of Conquest. Now we're at the moment where I had to stop eating my dinner while watching this because this was the most
you know what, for everybody watching, if y'all ain't seen this shit, stop eating. If you're eating, stop watching.
Disturbing and disgusting shit
I
think I've ever seen in an animated show. Conquest started to dig in this man's insides and rip out all of his internal organs and intestines. Now, I'm censoring the hell out of this because YouTube would eviscerate this video and send it to the shadow room if I actually showed this. Also, if you're eating while watching this, I'm saving your ass right now because you could have ended up like me. My appetite was cooked after this and I did not hit my protein goals that day. My gains were not achieved because of this shit. But this goes on for like a solid minute. Mark was just screaming in pain while Conquest was running out of air and trying to dig Mark's insides out. But finally, after what felt like ages, the lights finally go out for Conquest. And Mark slayed Satan's greatest soldier for a second time. Now I gotta stand up and give Mark.
Now, do y'all want to know, y'all want to know a terrifying ass fact I found out about this? There is a terrifying fact that I found out about this scene. When Conquest was pulling out Mark's intestines, apparently, from what I heard from a comment of a short that was talking about this, he was trying to pull out Mark's heart. Yes, he was trying to pull out Mark's heart because him ripping out his intestines and organs, that would have kept him alive. He would still live after that. That's the point of the Viltrumites. They can regenerate, they can live. That's why they're so resilient. That's why they can take a body shot like this and live. But his heart, he was trying to tear that shit out so he would die. And that's why he was rushing so quickly. He was like, "Where is your fucking heart? I'm trying to kill you."
his flowers here. Because I won't lie, I give this man a hard time due to him getting
Yeah,
his ass whooped and being left in critical condition in nearly 80 to 90% of his fights.
for
But right
sure.
here, I'll admit that Mark got that dog in him. Because this
Hey,
was his
Mark
best
did it.
performance yet, even though he's in critical condition again. But I just know one thing for sure. When they get back to Earth, Cecil's ass better be getting stomped out. Because
For
you're not
sure, Cecil. Dude, I loved all the memes that were like, Cecil, guess who I saw today? All the memes that were like, Cecil, guess who I saw today? You wanna know who I saw?
about to get away with
Like,
this
that
shit,
shit's
nigga.
funny.
No, bro. Brutality.
Like, nah, Cecil would have
And
had
that,
to
ladies
get
and
his
gentlemen,
ass
will be the
whooped.
end of our little brutal beatdown special. And if you are wondering, yes, this is the old series that I used to do on TikTok that I'm
Oh, really?
9 times out of 10 probably gonna bring back. So with
Oh,
that
for
being said,
sure.
hope y'all enjoy, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all again at the end of the month for the trial of the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy.
We definitely, I gotta watch that. I'm watching the Thrag one. Cause I saw like a bunch of clips about Thrag. Man, oh man. People who called him a fraud. I heard people call Thrag a fraud. And I was like, why did they call him a fraud? And like people were like, oh, either his voice or something. Or like at the beginning of his life he was weak. Then he grew strong. It was like if you're talking about his origin story, nigga, everybody was like that. You gotta work to get that strong. Two, if it really was his voice that made y'all decide it was on Fraud Watch, why? That's so stupid. But man, every time I saw this nigga in a fight through YouTube Shorts or YouTube or TikTok, all I could say is they can't win. All I was thinking was like, God damn, if Thrag was to ever want to conquer Earth, he's not. Who's gonna stop him? None of them could stop him. It's crazy how powerful Thrag is. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.